Hey guys, welcome to a brand new Screen Team right here on KWOC. We got three pretty epic films for you. And I've got a brand new reviewer to the Screen Team. We're happy to have him a part of the family. Ladies and gentlemen of the Screen Team, I give you Mr. Steve Lewis. Steve, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for
being here.
Thank you for being on the show. We appreciate you. Let's get to know you a little bit better.
Sure.
For those who don't know, were you born and raised here in the Bluff?
I was born in Doctor's Hospital in Poplar, Bluff.
Nice. And were you a class of 86?
89.
89, class of 89. So let's talk about what you do now. You work at the college, right?
I am a professor at the college. I teach public speaking courses and fine arts courses, including history and appreciation of film course.
Awesome. So if I was to take your class, what kind of films would you show me?
Well, it's both the history and the appreciation. And so when we look at history, we're looking at silent films. We're looking at pretty much every film or every film period, if you will. I try to handpick a little bit of silent, a little bit of 30s, a little bit of 50s, a little bit of more modern day. Plus we get into foreign language films, different film genres. I try to at least give a little spattering of
little taste.
Everything.
A little taste of everything. What do you like? What do you like personally?
Truly, I like many of the classics, and I like films that have a good storyline, and I like films where it's really a good vehicle for actors for acting.
Sure.
Though there's a lot of other things that turn me on as well as far as films, but I can't say I like a particular film genre or a period in history or anything like that. But I do really enjoy watching a script come to life in the hands of talented actors.
Well, I think the three films that you have chosen for us today definitely do just that.
I would agree.
The first one that we have is the movie Arthur. It's a movie that came out in 1981, starring Dudley Moore. And let's talk about Dudley Moore's character. He plays Arthur. What is he? He's like a rich playboy, right?
He is a rich, drunk playboy. That is exactly it.
And we see that from the moment that we first see him, right?
There are very few scenes where this character is sober. And I think that's one of the great things about Dudley Moore's performance is he is able to execute drunkenness. a very peculiar kind. I mean, it's a happy drunk.
Sure.
He's an engaging and witty and marvelous conversationalist drunk. And he's able to execute that quite well. And even actually the scenes where he's sober, it's kind of like, oh, have some scotch, buddy.
We need you to liven this movie up a little bit. All right, so what's Arthur's deal? Okay, he's got a lot of money. He has got plenty of booze. He's got plenty of women. Why? What's the issue? What is the trouble in Arthur's life?
The movie Arthur is ultimately a love story. And in the same vein as Romeo and Juliet, or good guy or guy on the good side of the tracks meets girl on the bad side of the tracks. That whole the star-crossed lovers. They're not supposed to be together. Liza Minnelli plays his love interest, and she's basically a petty thief. I mean, he meets her while she's shoplifting in a department store, and kind of saves her. Because, the security guards are after her. Oh, yeah, no, that was mine.
Right.
And so that sort of immediately creates their bond. And this love story is all happening in the face of an arranged marriage, basically, that his parents have had with another very wealthy family. And he doesn't like this girl, She thinks she loves him, but he's not into her. And I think there's just a lot of sort of teenage rebellion in this 30 or maybe 40-something guy,
Yeah.
He likes the fast women, and he likes the money, and he likes the booze, and he likes to be free and do whatever he wants to do.
So what happens if he doesn't marry the girl who's the arranged bride?
Well, according to the script, he's being cut out of the fortune.
So he loses all the money. No more money there for Arthur, but he's just so smitten with Liza Minnelli's character, and she seems a lot more fun. She does to me anyway.
I think what makes this movie particularly magical is, back what we were talking about before, a script that allows for an actor to really blossom with a character. And these are very well developed characters. Not only are we talking about Moore's and Minnelli's characters, they're very round, they're dynamic, they're engaging, they're not stereotypes, but also some minor characters that really come to life. Liza Minnelli's father. Just sort of an impoverished, almost buffoon kind of character, hears that his daughter's got a new boyfriend and immediately rolls his eyes and, here's another piece of trash you're bringing in. And then she says, he's worth, I forget what the line is, she's worth $500 billion or something like that. You have my permission to marry him, that's the line the father gives. But he's not just this typical kind of character. He's a really well-rounded character. Arthur's mother, who's played by Geraldine Fitzgerald, classic actress who's been on Broadway and many movies, very talented woman. She's not just a typical rich old biddy. She's actually got a level of spunk to her.
She does.
She's great. Arthur's butler, Hobson, played by John Gielgud.
He was my favorite part of the movie.
God, incredible character.
Favorite part.
Of course, John Gielgud, another very talented, well-seasoned actor. He's probably in his 70s when he's playing this role, Academy Award-winning role. What an interesting character. He's so real with Arthur. You think of paid staff like that in your household as being someone who is so rigid and you can't step across the line. Hobson steps across the line all the time. He's basically raised Arthur since he was a kid.
That's his dad.
It is.
Yeah. So let me ask you something, Steve. Let's say that I'm at the local Redbox, or maybe I'm on Netflix, and I'm trying to figure out which route I want to go. I've got Arthur, the one from 1981. I've got the remake from, 2011 with Helen Mirren. Where do I go? Should I just be like, And
Russell Brand?
And Russell Brand. Should I just say, that's an old film. I don't need to see that. Let's go with the newer flick.
Okay. To talk about Arthur, starring Russell Brand, is like standing in a theater building.
Okay.
And naming the Shakespearean Scottish play that shall not be named in a theater. You are comparing not just apples to oranges, you're comparing apples to Mack trucks here. All right. Don't waste your time with Russell Brand. Go with Dudley Moore.
You heard it here first. The movie is called Arthur, starring Dudley Moore, Liza Minnelli, back from 1981. Listen to Steve, get that one. It's a classic. Speaking of classics, we're going right into The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman. It's next right here on the Screen Team.